introduce you to these two guys. These two guys are friends of mine. Well, him.
Really not.
But we've severed relations with My Realty Warehouse.
Yeah.
And now we're teaming up with My Realty Resource Center, who's really going to take the place of the warehouse. What I will tell you is that these guys are more adept, got better trained people, and we're going to get your short sales negotiated and done. I know what the problem we had with the warehouse was a lack of communication, am I right? I mean, that was really one of the big problems we had was you guys were submitting properties and yet not getting feedback. So what these guys have done is they've broken it up into each salesperson at my resource center is actually going to only deal with 5 offices each. So everybody who contacts, like from this office, you're going to be dealing directly with Mike. Okay?
Well, I have something to do with it.
So you're going to
And
get
I have some
feedback.
apartments for you guys.
Oh, wonderful. So you're going to get your feedback
Like
as you
already.
need it. And that's what I was most concerned with, because I know with the warehouse, you guys weren't getting what you need, which is why we had to sever that relationship. All right?
Okay.
So I just want to introduce you. This is Matt. This is Mike.
Hello.
Hello, everybody. So, we do a ton of advertising, and quite often I'll go on the Call 8, which is a software we use to check missed calls, and I start making return phone calls. Yeah, I'm looking for an apartment in Queens or Brooklyn, and I start taking their information, and I'm like, we don't know what to do. So I know how you feel about short sales, but that's how I feel about apartments, Section 8, and this and that. So I literally have about 18 people that are looking for apartments on my desk. I'll distribute them amongst everybody in this office, since you were the first office kind enough to give us a meeting.
Okay.
That's my pleasure. What we do at My Realty Resource Center is picture it as an umbrella company, My Realty Resource Center. The CEO is a genius, and he came up with a situation where the client can be taken care of in all their services under one roof. So one of our agents will call an expired listing, and that person either wants to stay in their home or they want to get out of their home. If they want to stay in their home, they're either looking for foreclosure defense, a modification, a refi, a quick sale, or a short sale. We end up having an entire division set up especially for short sales with licensed negotiators. That's all they do all day is talk to banks on behalf of the homeowners. If they don't qualify for a short sale, it might be a quick sale. But any way we cut it, the only thing we're not doing is apartments.
So if you don't mind, just quickly for them, what's the difference between a quick sale and a short sale?
Matthew's gonna get into that.
Okay.
He's my go-to guy. He's been in the business longer than I.
Okay.
I run the cash funding business at My Realty Resource Center. We have a division that does business advances for businesses from $5,000 to $5 million.
I see.
I'm also a licensed agent. Yeah, and what we're going to talk about is
My cousin
it's
is
not
also-
just short sales that separates us from your previous poor experience. We not only specialize in short sales, but the short sale listing lead that you give us, it may be that it turns into something else. It may be a refi, which you can participate in. It may be a credit repair. It may be any one of those things. So there's so many things that you now have your hands on that you did not have on before. And with no further ado, Matthew is going to explain, and we're going to talk as if you don't know for a moment, so forgive me, what a short sale is and what other things may come out of the short.
You guys have any idea what a short sale is?
I don't know.
Okay, a short sale is somebody that owes more on the property than what the property is worth. So it's worth $200,000 and they owe $500,000. You haven't paid the mortgage in 2 years, 6 months, 30 days, whatever it is. Because of situations like that, they can't afford to pay it anymore. The house falls into the category of a short sale. So now what we need to do is chase the paperwork from the homeowner. Hopefully we have a homeowner that is cooperative, where we'll get all the paperwork that we need from them, get the listing agreement from them. Do you guys know what a BPO is? It's a broker price opinion. It's a version of an appraisal. You see a value on the property. So we'll deal with that with the banks. Anything and everything that's done on it, all you have to do is do the introduction. That's it. A quick sale is Scott here has a house, it's distressed, it's beat up, has no mortgage on it, wants to sell it for $150,000, it's worth $350,000, needs $75,000 to work, close in 10 days. That's a quick sale. Somebody that doesn't have a mortgage, or they can have a mortgage, but as long as it's low enough to where we can get them the amount of money that they need, and there's still plenty of equity in that home for after it's repaired, that'll be a quick sale. Anything that has an upside down mortgage on it, that is always gonna be a short sale. You can't quick sell those. Any questions?
You guys have a loan mod person on
Yes.
the team?
Yes. So if somebody, let's say you bring us somebody that wants, they're in a short sale situation, but they say, you know, I'd really like to keep the home. I'd like to try to keep it. Well, then we'll put them with the law firm. And the law firm will do a modification. If for some reason they can't do a modification, then we'll turn it back into a short sale.
Or it might be foreclosure defense.
Correct.
Well, usually they want to hear, I have a cash buy for you. They want to hear, how can we stay in the home as long as possible? That's why we can only present them with the loan mod.
Correct. Now, if
It's
they're,
not the option.
if they're turning to you and saying, you know, the only reason I want to try to do a mod, it's really just to avoid the inevitable. We do the same thing with a short sale. You know, they're gonna get time that they need. Certain banks take longer than others. If the offer's too low and the bank wants too much money, you're in that short sale for 6 months, 9 months. I think the longest I ever had a short sale was just over a year. That was with Citi, horrible bank.
And only a bank can tell you exactly what kind of moving money will be there, but they do traditionally, if it's owner occupied, they will provide moving money, but it would be illegal for any of us to tell the homeowner, I can get you this much money. But you can't tell them, we're pretty sure we can negotiate something for you with the bank for moving. So you'll be relieved of the foreclosure, you'll be out of the home, and we'll get you some money to move.
Now, one of the primary differences you guys gotta know between what we were doing previously and this is how many avenues you now have to make money on the deal. Prior to this, the only way you were gonna make money is if it was a short sale. We were able to negotiate it, the house fit our exact parameters, and as long as it fit, then you could work with us. Here, you have a wealth of ways, so if it doesn't qualify for a short sale, maybe it will be a loan mod. Maybe it will be somebody just looking for foreclosure defense. Any one of those avenues, you guys are gonna be able to make money on.
So if we have a distressed property, or we know from property shock, whatever, there's a trouble with the house, how do we submit it? What's the steps that are
Hold on one
taken?
second, before you get into that, I still want you guys to do your due diligence on the properties. What I don't wanna see happen is Mike get inundated with properties that you guys are pulling out of left field. Do your due diligence. If you see something on Property Shark, make sure, list pendants, make sure the house is underwater. You know, is it a distressed property? What kind of condition is it in? So all that information, if you're gonna submit it, make sure all that information gets to Mike. He's gonna show you the page now, and it has notes. And you make sure you send him the notes, so he's armed with as much information as humanly possible to see what direction we're gonna take it in. Maybe it's not a short sale. Maybe we are gonna do a loan mod. Maybe we can just refinance the property.
You know, once you know how to do what you just said, it's quite easy, but to some of you, and please don't be insulted, it may have been Chinese just now. You have to do a list pendant, you have to do this, you have to do that. If you don't know how to do those things, either Scott or Matt or I can direct you right through it over the phone.
So if we're walking, because for instance, like I'll give you an example of a property that I know not to submit, and most people wouldn't know. On Avenue TV, there's a property that you can see raccoons living in it no matter where you walk. You know it's underwater.
That wasn't racial, right?
Who? Rachel?
That wasn't racial.
No,
You said raccoons.
raccoons, like the animals.
Oh, raccoons, okay.
It's a venue.
Yeah, no, raccoons.
They don't pay the rent. I mean,
I know nobody's living
I want to
there.
apologize.
Yeah,
to
no,
Scott now.
It's okay. I'm used to it.
Believe me, there is, I've seen plenty.
And the problem is I know that there's a landmark, but you wouldn't know that. Not the average person. Property Shark wouldn't even tell you that.
Right.
I know that because somebody bought it and I had to cancel the whole sale because of that.
It was a landmark property.
It's a landmark property, they won't let me do anything. So how would we, is there a way to find this out in any way, or certain of these inevitables?
That's a good question, I mean.
I mean,
certain things
I
like
know,
that
I
may
know
be
there's not
easy to
just
find.
one, I know that's not common for
Right,
everyone.
I've never run
a
into it.
landmark. What I'm saying is there other issues that they might come up that we should know about, that if we could probably avoid them,
I
because
haven't
like
come
you said,
across any, I haven't come across anything other than a landmark, obviously you're not gonna touch, or if it's an Indian burial ground that's, under the house. You're not gonna touch that kind of stuff.
You know, a lot of times it's as simple as if you see a board up, just email me the address, and I'll go, and I'll find out how much is owed, who owns
okay,
it.
so we have 3 of them, because we didn't submit them yet, because we heard of the change, so I have them on my phone, I can do it for next.
I have something.
So what I'm getting about.
Quick question. How do we make money on the loan
Remember that
modification?
other place before, I think it was Realty Warehouse?
Mhm.
So we had sent over a couple of those properties which we never received feedback on.
Do you have record of those?
Huh?
Because we have nothing to do with them. If you have record
We
of
should
those
have it on
addresses,
email.
and they've done nothing at this point, it might be as simple as getting us a copy of those.
Just forward the email to Mike.
Okay, and I probably would have an address, I just send you an address or something, I know that nobody's living in there, it's been empty for years.
And I realize in
My
the
friends and
beginning,
neighbors there.
and I realize in the beginning of the relationship, I might be inundated with more work. Once you guys get the concept and know how to use what I'm about to show you, it'll get easier and easier, but I'm more than willing to, take the time.
This thing. And you guys are gonna
My
have a
Realty
choice
Resource Center,
I'm sorry?
you guys are gonna have the choice of either taking the listing yourself, which I don't
Resource
suggest,
Center.
or allowing these guys to take the
Or
listing.
Geodata. Geodata.
I suggest
No,
that these guys
Geodata
take
is
the short sale
something
listing
different.
is
because
software.
Oh,
a short sale listing is very
No.
complicated.
No, Geodata is a software we use to look up information about properties.
Oh, okay.
So let me give you my
Our
email.
standard listing package.
I'll just write it up here for you. Oh, let me do it for you.
A short sale listing package is about 30 days.
Got you up to about.
Who's gonna help prepare the
So much stuff.
appeal for the bank, that paper, how it's
Oh,
called?
no, we have licensed
Just-
negotiators, you don't have to worry
No,
about
no, no, I'm talking about the form that the owner has to fill out.
That's the listing agreement.
Not the listing agreement, there is a.
The hardship letter?
Hardship letter, yeah.
Yeah.
Who's doing that? Is
We-
it
we'll
our
help-
job? or
yes,
is it-
we-
We'll do it.
We'll get it done.
We'll do it. Like I just sat with someone today, I took down notes, I got to get their whole situation,
Uh-huh.
and then I put together the hardship letter.
Okay.
He approved it and he signed it.
So whether we do the hardship letter and sit down ourselves, or we sit down with you as an assistant, we still make the same
See
copy.
the difference in our handwriting?
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
As
Listen,
opposed to there, every step was.
you don't, listen, all you have to do is say, Mike, call this number, they're expecting your call. Or Mike, call this number, I don't know if we can do anything.
Oh, I put on this.
You don't ever have to do another thing again. Mike's gonna do everything on the deal, my company's gonna do everything on the deal, I'm gonna do everything on the deal, you're still gonna get paid the same thing.
I just need to do my end of the
Right.
deal, find out if they're really underwater, who is the owner, do a little bit of research,
Right.
see if I can take some pictures, whatever, what's the situation is.
Emerald
And
City, right?
if the owner, I had the situation
The
on
name of your company?
Remsen Avenue,
Mhm.
the owner passed away and somebody else, nephew, niece, whatever, they're trying to get a hold, they pulled out tons of money from the property, now it's completely underwater. And it's boarded up. Maybe I can send it your way, see if you can do that.
There's the deal.
I have a quick sale that was left, and I have another deal that was
Quick
left.
sale, where?
Quick sale opportunity on East Platte.
They have two emails.
And East Flatbush, and it's still just sitting around.
It's still sitting.
Somebody
I
living
didn't
in
get any feedback.
Seriously.
What kind of
I
condition is
didn't
it?
get any. A quick sale is a good condition.
Wait, you and I'll talk privately, I don't want him
Okay.
getting in on our commissions, you know?
Oh, God.
Oh, it's
Everyone else got to write some checks.
You've been.